So how do we strengthen our intuition? Trusting it. And how do we learn to trust? By trusting.
How do we sharpen our intuition? And how do we rely on our inner guidance?
Well, the first thing coming into my mind was trust. Do we trust ourselves? People say all the time, when they've had their trust broken, they say, I don't trust anybody anymore. And I be a little bit facetious. I say, nobody? What about yourself? Oh, well, that's different. I said, well, the reason we get, from my perspective, my opinion, the reason we get angry is because we put our trust in somebody else above ourselves, before ourselves.
Yeah.
We trusted somebody, and I say to people, what was the feeling you had about that person when you first met them? Oh, I had a feeling about them. I said, okay, so what was it? Oh, I thought I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So why are we angry? We're angry because we extended ourselves to somebody who we already had an intuitive feeling wasn't trustworthy, or we don't even know what it was. We just had a feeling about it. And we all get that. And to strengthen our intuition takes trusting that. In other words, to stand in our own ground and don't acquiesce to somebody else just to get along. Because we get angry because we didn't trust ourselves, and then we get ripped off or we get treated poorly. Because there's a good saying, no one gets a second chance to give you a first impression. No one gets a second chance to give you a first impression, and first impressions are always
right.
Always. That's your intuition. We second guess ourselves. God, I do it. We all do it to varying degrees, and depending in what area in our life that it is, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial, whether it's mentally, we second guess ourselves. Oh, it might be just my feeling. Oh, it might be just what I'm thinking. So on and so on. Or we even second guess our capacity to physically do something, and someone says, no, go on, you'll be right, jump. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. So how do we strengthen our intuition? Trusting it. And how do we learn to trust? By trusting.
So for myself, I had this problem of not able to distinguish what is my intuition and what is my emotion. So when that happens, I really cannot see what is my intuition. So when I don't see it, I can't follow it.
And what do you do then in those situations?
I get confused and don't know what to do.
Okay, confusion is co is two fused together. So you have two ideas that are fused together and locked.
Yeah.
So when in doubt, don't.
So yeah, I also had the experience that when I can't decide, it's better to not decide. And when I feel like it's 100% yes, then it is a yes. If I don't feel 100% yes, really it's a no.
So what's that about? To just make more use of this topic, this is about learning to trust in ourselves. This is about learning to believe in ourselves, to be and live within our own self and not in someone else's reactions or feelings or someone else's life, or just our needs for someone else's well-being.
Yeah.
Like a good saying, if everybody took care of themselves, everybody be taken care of. And it's only us that know what we need and what we want and don't want in our life. And when we don't listen to that, then we're serving other people, and then we blame other people, whereas in reality we can't really blame somebody else because we put our trust in them and we didn't believe and trust in ourselves in the first place. And that's why we get I know I get disturbed about it. I said, why do I do that again? You know, I knew that, but I went, oh, I'll be all right. Yeah.
So the bottom line is to more real with ourselves, to be more real, and to act more according to our real selves need, our real need. And by being that, our intuition would resurface again, and we will know what's right for us and what's true for each of us.
So the solution there is finding out and being honest with ourselves what we really need. We don't know what we need. How are we going to navigate our way through any of that? Because a lot of the time in our life we do things because of what we want at the other end of it. We're not actually living in each moment doing things or being the way that we wish to be because we're trying to get something or become something, or it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. The horse has to come first. If we don't do what it is that we need first, then it doesn't matter. All the wanting and wanting and wanting. It's and so we need to become aware of what it is that we need in our life. What's going to sustain us? What's going to make us create a sense of happiningness in our life, where we're actually happening because we're doing what it is that we love. So each moment is like you're looking forward to your participation is fully and wholeheartedly, instead of doing things, oh, I got to go and do that, you know, and do this and do that, because at the end I'll get this money and then I'll be able to go and do this. Well, that's okay. Sometimes in life, I mean, I've done that a lot. I go and work for 6 months. I used to do this, work 6 months, get a whole lot of money, work in some remote area, get a lot of money, and then go and travel. But while I'm doing that, I know that I'm doing that. I'm not working for years and years and decades to get to some end result where I will have paid off my house and everything will be all settled and organised. And by that time, you've got no life left in you because we've exhausted it and we did things that we didn't enjoy doing all the way along. So,
yeah, that's right.
You know, it's a paradox. It's a whole merry-go-round. It's life. It's like when we come to that realisation, which a lot of people are now, there's a lot of suffering going on and people are like, I'm sick of doing what I don't want to do anymore. And they're willing now, when you get to that point, to make a sacrifice. And we spoke about this in the talk the other day. It's very much what's happening in the world today. People are finding out that it's important to seek out what it is that turns you on. What actually, and turns on, as we're speaking about, that God. It's like turn on that godliness. Because when you're filled with God, you're filled with life, you're enthusiastic, Methuselah. You're enthused. When you're enthused, you're filled with God. And when you're like that, it's already happening. You're living. There's no meaning to life anymore. It's just life is the meaning. And when you're filled with it, it goes beyond any concept of describing it. And it's so easy to get, you know, we're not concepts. Like, who are you? You know, it's like, I'm nobody. You know, what is it? Wisdom is knowing I'm nothing, and love is knowing I'm everything.
Yeah, great. Okay, so I think that's it for this question. If the viewers, you have any questions, please leave your question in the comment. We'll have Kenn to answer the most liked questions and see you in the next video.